In this audio, I just want to share an idea, a theory that I think may have some validity, and it may be something that would be helpful, and it might be something that we can reassess how we study earthquakes, specifically in terms of prediction and or prevention. My basic theory or premise is that the accepted kind of theory of earthquakes is inaccurate. It's not to say that it's entirely false, but it's not entirely complete or accurate either. My theory is that earthquakes are the primary cause for earthquakes is electricity. And when I say that, what I mean is that there is a buildup of electrical charge along fault lines, either in them, around them, between them. And what happens is when that electrical charge is released, that's when, where, why, and how we have earthquakes. That possibly something akin to a thunderclap, or a thunderclap beneath the ground in the form of a shockwave or a sound wave that shakes the earth could be the primary reason that we have earthquakes and that they have a clearly defined epicenter. It's not to say that there aren't other, aspects to these things, such as friction, forces, and so on, but that the primary thing is electricity, and that it's mediated by magnetism, the magnetism of the earth and its interaction with other magnetic forces, whether it's an internal, external, the whole range of things. But it has to be remembered that if this kind of notion is considered to be, mistaken, one has to keep in mind that the earth is an electromagnet. It's a big electromagnet. And so to assume that these kind of things aren't possible is it's kind of absurd. Another point that needs to be considered is that the earth is growing. So if the earth is growing, then this growth is being mediated through magnetism and electricity. And so those are the primary motive kind of forces for all of the changes on the earth. But if it's true that earthquakes are caused by electricity, then what it means is that the reason that we have earthquakes is because there's a buildup of electrical charge, and that either contributes to and or causes the occurrence, frequency, and the magnitude of earthquakes that we observe. It also means that if this is true, that it's possible to predict and to prevent major earthquakes through applying simple remedies along the fault lines, where we can essentially release the electrical charge in or around fault lines in a way that is less cataclysmic or destructive. So I just want to put this theory out into the YouTube world, so that maybe it can reach some people who might be able to look into it and see if it has validity, and to do something about it so we can prevent any more major tsunamis, such as it happened in Japan and that have been happening all over the world, and try to mitigate or ameliorate these coming major earthquakes, regardless of whether they're the ultimate cause is earth changes or solar storms, or some passing comets, or some other kind of bodies in space. If we can identify the immediate kind of cause, which is electrical charge buildup. And if we can confirm that that's true, and we can measure fault lines in that way and release that excess electricity, excess electrical charge, and minimize these earthquake events, it would behoove us to really look into it and take a fresh look at it and try to see what we can do to survive as a species, and try to have a minimum of devastation as we move into the future. Thanks.